exists where we aren't confined by present problems? What if we could turn polluted water into fresh drinking water? What if we could feed household waste into a 3D printer to make our own recycled items? What if we developed a new power source or a new way to communicate? That's why at UJ, we reimagine the future to create a future unimagined. What if there was an Afropolitan International University with an identity of inclusion? A university that is transforming lives and diversifying professions. This is the University of Johannesburg, an institution that embodies the core principles of critical thinking and meaningful collaboration, anchored in Africa and dynamically shaping the future. Through these principles, we give our students the competitive advantage they need to compete on the global stage. But more importantly, we attract the best minds from around the world to engage with these leaders in reimagining the future. What if these students, mentors, teachers, and thought leaders could make a difference, not only in South Africa, but across the African continent and the world? With our accredited research capabilities, that is exactly what we are doing. As a respected research institution, we are leading the new wave of thought through a multidisciplinary approach to practical solutions that will make a real difference. From exploring the impact of early childhood development to the exciting space of artificial intelligence, process automation, and smart cities. From developing nanotechnology capable of removing pollutants from water to the sustainability of global resources through earth sciences. We are looking at our past to learn about our future. UJ is creating a Pan-African epicenter of critical scholarship and intellectual inquiry right here in Johannesburg, starting with African Insights, a module for all first-year students that seeks to decolonize knowledge and grow a body of unique understanding rooted in Africa, and partnering with the Confucius Institute to broaden our young minds to the growing cultures around the world. Our quest for what if drives our students to question everything. With exposure to world-class facilities, proven structures of support, and award-winning academic staff, all geared towards feeding imaginations in a safe, equal opportunity environment, we are seeding the world with a new generation who will lead with imagination, with creativity, and with the power to see far beyond our present. From vocational and traditional academic programs to professionals and postgraduates, our 4 campuses offer students various choices in the College of Business and Economics and in 7 faculties: Art, Design and Architecture, Education, Engineering and the Built Environment, Health Sciences, Humanities, Law, and Science. With technology becoming the new standard in educational tools, we continually elevate UJ into a state-of-the-art e-learning institution. And we deliver a world-class environment for sport, art and culture that aligns to our global vision of stature and excellence. Beyond the university environment, students are guided through experience programs to develop both personal and academic skills. And as UJ alumni, go on to become game changers in their chosen careers. Individuals who embody the UJ values, who have the freedom, innovation and independence to dynamically shape the future, who engage meaningfully with others, who see fresh opportunities and connections where others see none, and who continually respect and advance each other and humanity. Staff and students of the university come from over 50 countries in Africa and around the world. We have built links, partnerships, and exchange agreements with leading African and international institutions that further enrich the academic, social, and cultural diversity on each of our 4 campuses. But what if goes beyond buildings and lecture halls, beyond books and experiments? It is the heart of everything we do. What if we attracted even more partners, lecturers, teachers and students? What if we had even stronger ties to international research resources? What if the world realized the power of unified thought, common goals and shared knowledge? No matter who you are, where you're from, or what you do, all of our futures are inextricably intertwined. That's why at UJ, we're not afraid of the future, because we're making it. This is our future, reimagined.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the University of Johannesburg. Welcome to it. UJ is known as a young but yet heavyweight contender in the higher education sphere. A famous Chinese proverb says, "The journey of 1,000 miles begin with just a single step." And tonight has been crafted just intentionally to facilitate the process of you taking steps into your futures. Well, I know most of you, including parents, might be seated there and have a lot of questions, mixed feelings, feelings of anxiety, feelings of frustration, feelings of confusion, and to name but a few. Tonight is about facilitating that decision-making process, because at the end of the day, it might sound like just a grade 9 subject choice, but at the end of the day, that is where your future begins. That is where the single step starts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight, and thanks for coming out. A round of applause for yourselves. My name is Kucho Kangudia, and I will be your program director for tonight. I have a few house rules for you. Firstly, the restrooms are out of the exit, out of the last exit, and to your right. The second rule is cell phones on, but on silent. Especially the learners. I'm sure you are excited about that. It is not so many presentations or classrooms that you get in and you are told to switch your cell phone on. Yeah, that is a sign. Another house rule, please make sure that you connect to our Wi-Fi. It is very important that you take this step. You will thank me later. If I can tip you, learners, give you one, if there's just one tip that I can give you for tonight, in tonight's presentation, the fastest fingers might be an advantage for you. Did I give it away? Not really, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. Don't relax, actually. Absorb each and every single thing that you can tonight. And without wasting any time, I am going to call our UJ cheerleaders who are going to bless us with what they do best. Enjoy.
living in peace and harmony.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, it's born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, wish out you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your fucking head. This that put the kids to bed, this that.
Singing and dancing all in the rain. Ooh, I just wanna have a good time. Turn around, take it inside, and twirl that ass to the right now. Ooh, funny how, drop, up, cross your legs, turn around and clap, shuffle to the left, let's glide now. Ooh, drop it down low, 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 low to the floor. Bring it up, tap and roll. Step on them, step on them, step on them, step on them, kick on them, stomp and you step. Swag the right, serve the left, work the middle till it hurt a little.
Drop down, pick it up, swing it around. I'ma go, drop that down. I'ma pick it up, swing it around. I'ma go. Let's go. You tryna roll? Let's go. Yeah. Oh, you're the reason I even saw bad when I told her bring it here. Drop down, pick it up, swing it around. I'ma go, drop that down. I'ma pick it up, swing it around. I'ma go, ay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, didn't you just love that? Do you see yourself in the next couple of years? I wish I was born a bit earlier. But anyway, as we proceed with the program, do you see this WhatsApp number there? Please save the WhatsApp number quickly. And as I said, the fastest fingers will help you tonight. Do you remember when you walked in and you sat there, there was a video that played? It explained to you what UJ is about, our initiatives, and everything like that. If you are a learner, parents, unfortunately, you are excluded from playing in this game. Learners, if you can remember, I'm going to ask you a question. The first person that is going to answer, it's going to be in real time on the screen. So the first right answer, or the first correct answer that we see on the screen, might just win you a little something. So this is the question. There it is. How many campuses does UJ have? You type it on that and you send it to that WhatsApp number. And we are waiting for your answers. The WhatsApp number, because I feel really nice today, is 084 303 4010. As we wait, there. N is the first right answer. This is how this thing is going to work. No, nah. So this is what's going to happen. If your number was the first one, you're going to receive a phone call right now. So sit back and wait for your phone to ring. No, it's okay. You can stop sending in. It's okay. It's fine. We're good now. We're good. Shh. Listen. Listen to that. If your phone is ringing, please stand up. Yay. Please come to the front. You are going to receive yourself a little something, something. If we can have the little something, something come to us. Okay. And he gets himself a little something, something that has a little something, something in it. So enjoy. Well done. So ladies and gentlemen, especially the learners, that's how this night is going to roll. Yeah? Am I giving it away again? Right. So without further ado, I would like to call my colleague from Student Marketing, Lesego Legweta, who's going to give us a talk. Please welcome him with a warm round of applause. I think you can do better than that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Or should I say good evening? All right. Before I start with my presentation, let me ask you to please assist me. Can you please all show me the number 3 with your, please? Okay. I'm seeing this, and then I'm seeing this. I'm seeing all funny things. I know you've got a different DNA, but the majority of what I'm seeing, they're doing that. Correct? Now, can we please join the majority? Now, take, as you can see, there's 3 fingers, and then there's a nice, fat, thin 0. Please take the 0, and please put it on your chin. Parents, look at your kids look at your parents. This is what's this part? I give up. I give up. Okay, parents, this is a chin, and there is a chin. Right. Welcome to UJ. As my colleague said, the name is Lesego. I work, or rather we work with a lot of you. We work with a lot of grade 9s. You'll see us during grade 11 and grade 12. And finally, when you get here, we will ignore you because we've done our job. Now, I'd like you to please pay attention to this video.
Hey, how'd you go, Bill?
Yeah, good. I got a couple of wickets.
Good, like cricket.
Yeah, down at the Blind Institute.
Oh, how do you know when the ball's coming?
Well, the ball's got a metallic core with a couple of bells in it, so you can hear it coming.
Oh, really? Bells?
Yeah.
Have you got your gear here?
Yeah, it's just down there.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's really loud.
You should have a bowl.
Oh, come on, I'll grab my bat. All right, don't hold back. I'm pretty good.
All right, then.
I can promise you, there was a lot of editing that honestly did not happen. So that cat was very safe. So please do not phone the SPCA and say, there's a very mean dude who decided to go hit the cat. Now, what is important and why did I actually show you that video? There's a number of things that I'm going to ask you. And I'm going to raise these questions. Say, please note, it will relate to what I'll show later on the screen. The first question that I'd like to ask is, who am I? No, that's not, obviously I know who I am, but I'm asking you this very same question. Who are you? You need to ask yourself that question. It's very important because until you know yourself, some of these other things are not going to be easy. All right? So you really need to do a lot of research. Grade 9 is a start. And trust me, you will encounter some very ugly questions, not so fun. Some tears, as the Afrikaans people say, trane en snorte. For the English, that's tears and something else. So please note, you really, really need to do a lot of homework by asking yourself, who am I? And then the next question that I'd like to ask is this. Where am I going? I know you're going home after this, but let's talk about a few years down the line. And when I say a few years down the line, we're talking about careers. All right? And then lastly, how am I going to get there? Very important. Please understand that whatever that you're going to be doing, career planning plus discipline, obviously it's going to assist you being available when opportunities come your way. So understand that 20% of all jobs are advertised. Everybody else can see. And 80%, you really have to go look. No connections. Ask somebody else to play a role and assist you. And then one thing that we need to accept, and if you didn't know this, now you know. Careers are not chosen, but they are constructed. All right? So you really need to do a lot of work. And as I was saying, whatever that I've just said now, it comes back to this. There's a lot of bells. And the question is, are we listening to the right bells? And of course, there's influences, be it parents, be it friends, be it whoever, that plays an important role. But the question is, are they making the right noise that you want to listen to? Or is this the noise that I want to listen to? And also, what is important, we saw the batsmen. They were focused on the actual noise. And we all know it wasn't the ball. It was the cat. So we really need to keep our eyes on the ball. And by so doing, we then look at certain things such as talent. Do I have the marks, the subjects, the discipline, and the likes? All right? And then that statement is very rich, where it says, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Those of us with a key eye to detail, you will be able to choose appropriately. Yes, when you look at different options, they all look very fancy. You want to do this. It sounds good. It looks great. I'm pleasing my friends. Or, even worse, there's a nice teacher. Or, even worse, sorry parents, I need to say this, but this is reality. This is how your kids choose subjects. There's a nice guy in the class or a very beautiful girl in class. What if that teacher leaves school? Then you're stuck with a subject that you actually didn't like. You're not great at. So let's choose based on detail. Now, being able to distinguish between the different bells, it also assists in terms of sometimes you find parents wanting their kids to say, you are going to become this. But the child says, no, I want to do what those, okay, maybe I need to behave. I can't dance like those girls. But one thing for certain is this. These young ladies who are dancing here, they're also studying traditional academic qualifications. They're not just only dancers, all right? There is life as part and parcel of this dancing as well. So again, let's make sure that we choose appropriately. Now, parents, you may have other kids who've been through this road. And the new parents who've never been through this road, I'd like to explain. There's 3 types of passes when you complete school. The first one is a higher certificate pass. The next one is a diploma pass. Oopsie.
Previous
Okay,
slide.
I became too excited there. And then lastly, a bachelor pass. Now please note, a bachelor pass allows you to come and do an academic qualification, meaning a degree, whereas a diploma pass allows you to do what we call a career-focused qualification. And yes, when you complete school, you'll have and obtain a higher certificate pass, which will then allow you to be able to do courses at technical colleges and the likes, right? And then, one thing that you need to understand, yes, it's all well and good to choose certain subjects because my parents said, I need to do this. And parents, we've been there as well, where I did maths, science, whatever, but I didn't do that once I started following my career. You may study maths, but make a pathetic maths academic student. So please understand what is it that you like, and let's look at all the opportunities available out there. And then also together with that, not only just opportunities, let's look at the enjoyment factor. Don't choose a subject because I'm doing well. Yes, you're doing well because mom is sitting next to you with a cricket bat and you have to pass. Okay, I'm picking on moms because I think moms are very special. And then also, we then look at your needs. One thing that we also need to avoid is shying away from difficult subject. Well, the question is, how long are you going to run away from difficult things? Because it's going to catch up. So, rather, speak to your parents and say, okay, I am struggling with this subject. How are we going to sort it out? Instead of you shying away and running away. And then, yes, it is very important that we all strive to obtain great results. Did I say something ugly now? No, I'm joking, sorry. We really need to obtain great results because in the long run, and I might as well, and I'm not trying to scare you, we do not have enough tertiary institutions to accept everybody. Those with great results will be the first one to be accepted. And those of us with great results, guess what? You're giving yourself an opportunity to then explore life. Unlike when you don't have great results, you are restricted to one thing. All right? And then, again, when it comes to choosing subjects, let's think of the long haul. This is an elephant. We have to eat bit by bit. You can't go in there and have the big chunk. You will choke. This is not about quick decision to try and please my daughter, my son, mom, dad, but let's think. How am I going to be doing 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line? Right, so let's do our research as much as we can. And then, I don't know if I should say please look at the left or don't look at the right. But the right, those are definite no-nos. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just help you. This decision is going to need us to do a lot of research. And you need to also take a lot of responsibility as a child and also as parents, where we're going to assist our kid or our kids in terms of where they're lacking, where they're going wrong. This is where I'm going to play my role as a parent. You as a child as well, you need to take the responsibility to say, I'm not doing great. I either need to change my attitude, obviously so that I be able to improve my marks. Alternatively, this is not the subject that I need to do. I might as well, forget about it. And then, this is one decision where teenagers, as you can see, it's about life choices. I'm going to ask you to, in fact, challenge your parents. Ask them now to take you to whoever that does what you think you are intending to do in the next coming years. Right? And if you haven't had that discussion, maybe this is the right time to start having that discussion. Mom, Dad, I want to become a pilot. Can you arrange that I go and see a pilot? So that you know exactly what they do on a daily basis. I want to become a psychologist. Yes, we've got plenty of psychologists at UJ who are happy to help you. All right? And they will assist. So let's look at those things as well. And then, I know parents, we're not going to love this one. This is not your decision. And no, learners, I didn't say you should exclude your parents. It's a joint decision. We need to assist each other. And then let me go into the things not to do. You're not choosing a career, but you're choosing subjects. As I've said, it's not for parents. Not because my friend said, it's cool, let's go do this, but it's more about self. Know exactly who you are. Remember I said who I am? Where am I going? How am I going to get there? And then, again, when you choose subject A, B, C, and D, forget about status. But it's more about what actually worked for me. And then just to recap, we need to be able to distinguish between the different bells. And it's going to come down to the subjects in the next, 4 years. A colleague of mine will explain how we work out these, but at the same time, your school will also explain how you choose your subjects. I believe they've got streams, so when you choose your subject, it will be more about streams. All right? And then we need to be able to keep our eyes on the ball, meaning whatever that I plan to become will dictate the type of marks that I need to get. If I want to become an engineer, which is an academic qualification, I need to get a bachelor pass. How do I get a bachelor pass? I need to get certain marks. All right? And if I want to do a diploma, then it means my pass has to be at a particular level. And then lastly, we've got a high certificate pass as well. And then what is important, opportunities, needs, good marks, and obviously eat at this. very slowly. Enjoy it while you still have the opportunity to enjoy it. Because once you get to grade 11 and 12, trust me, there's very less smiles. And then, with those few words, I'm going to say, please enjoy the rest of your evening. And there's more to come. We definitely see you in the next coming years, especially grade 11 and 12. I'm not the dying type. I don't think my colleague is, or any of. So you'll definitely see us. All right. I thank you. Good luck. Have fun.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is a confirmation that our living days have been increased. Now, that WhatsApp number. The next question, before I get into the next question, before I get into it, please, if you have any questions regarding any of the presentations, the speaker that has just spoken now and the next speaker, please ensure that you send them to that WhatsApp group, but not now. I will tell that WhatsApp number. For now, I will tell you what you are going to do with that WhatsApp number. You're going to answer this question. Name one of the levels to pass the National Senior Certificate. I will repeat. Name one of the levels to pass the National Senior Certificate. And we are waiting for your answer. Just one. Network. I don't see anybody typing. Is it hanging? So maybe this is the time to switch to data mode. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Or else we're just going to skip. Okay, we won't skip this. We'll wait for it. For 2 minutes, though. So as soon as, okay, 23 seconds. As soon as the first question, as soon as this WhatsApp is refreshed, then we'll have the first answer. Well, hopefully. But while we wait for the network, learners, parents, are you finding it any easier, or are you kind of getting some light in terms of what to look at and what not to look at with you choosing subjects? Yes? I am sure most of you, if not all of you, have received already your forms for choosing subjects. When is the due date? When are you supposed to submit them? Tomorrow? On Thursday? So this just came at the right time, hey? Okay, we do have, somebody's cell phone is ringing. We do have the first one that came in, as much as it's not displayed because the network is disappointing us. So please, your cell phone is ringing, somebody? Stand up if you... Are you talking already? Yes. Okay, please come to the front. Grace us with your presence. Come and receive your little something, something. And she also receives something, something that has a little, that has two something, somethings inside. Because it was question 2. Well done. Clap hands for her. It's okay. Right. I don't know if I can say it's safe to say when you see me, you must take out your phone quickly. I can't confirm that, but I'm just kind of feeling like if you want to be ready, you know, when you see me popping up, you must just kind of like. Anyway, I do not want to waste your time. From our Psychological and Career Development Department, better known as PsyCAD, I have Winima Kanywa, who's going to do a presentation for us on subject choices. Please welcome her to the stage. It's not.
Great, thanks. Okay, good evening, learners and parents. Okay, before we start, first of all, I hope the energy is still up. I definitely have a lot of energy. From standing outside of the stand, I had a chance to meet some of you guys, have a chat with you guys, and it was really, really exciting to see the inquisitive minds, excitements, and questions, confusions, answers. And I just want to, since you guys are asking me questions, and I just want to ask you guys at least 3 questions to find out how you're feeling. The first question is, when you were walking about outside, do you feel that you learned at least one thing? Yes? Maybe? Okay. And now my second question is, who in here is feeling a little bit anxious and confused about what subjects to choose? Yeah? It's a tough decision, right? Yeah, and who knows here what career they want to do? Or what will they be? Okay. Wow. Interesting. There's quite a lot of hands. So my presentation, I hope that it will help answer those questions and it will at least give you a little bit of light of your journey into choosing the subjects and the career paths that you want to follow. Because you've been through primary school and now you're here and you're almost done with, you're almost done the half end of finishing high school and it's time to make that choice. And whatever choice you make, it will influence or it will play a role in the career path that you choose within later years to come. And really, it's all about understanding the self. Like the previous speaker asked about, who are you? And how do you find that out? How do you find out who you are? Where do you start? Where do you go? How, where? And, if you look at the screen here, some pointers of, think about your values, your interests. What motivates you? What do you already know that you're good at? And what have you learned that has developed and now that you find out that you're good at? Right? And where can you find this out? Where do you find out about these informations? And the next couple of slides will give you pointers and ideas of where to find out, how to find out about yourself. But take note of these, right? So firstly, we look at what job you want to start, what work you want to do. Where do you see yourself in the future? Right? What are you interested in? I had a couple of students telling me already, they said, I want to be this, I want to be that. So you do a lot of research, to get to that answer. Going through a career path, it's all about research. The work that you put in helps you to find out a bit more about where you want to go and who you are. So definitely do the research, ask questions, and this is exactly where you start. Going down to the stands, going to the different faculties, asking the questions, finding out where to go, where do you start, right? And then if we look at our next slides, we look at what is on your desk right now. When you're at school, what do you enjoy doing currently? Are you enjoying the numbers? Are you enjoying the science? Are you enjoying the languages? And use your teachers and your mentors to chat. To find out about, your skills and what you're really good at when you look at your desks, right? And who are you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And I always say, if you go around asking your parents, your friends, family members, mentors, teachers, ask them and have a conversation about you. You'll have an idea. You'll hear the common things like, wow, she's such a great writer. You'll hear those comments coming, and then maybe you want to explore that. I've been told I'm a great writer. I want to explore. I want to do more research. Do I have an opportunity to have a career in that? Right? So now let's look at some things that you can do to help you with your decision. Research. And I like the fact that it's the first point. Because nowadays we can't expect things to come and land on our laps. We have to go out there, be curious, be inquisitive, go find out information. Right? Discuss options with your parents. And this is very important because when you discuss the options, I want you guys to think broad and out of the box, right? And I want you to think beyond subject choice and think career-wise. Think about how will your career look like when you finish school, when you finish your degree, rather. An average degree is 3 years. So if you do the calculations, how will this career look like? And how do you find that information out? By reading and doing research. What do the job opportunities look like? Where is this career going? What can I do with this career? Right? And then talk to your teachers as well about the subjects that you wanna do. So these are main points that you can use to help discover which subject choice you wanna go into. When you explore different careers, you need to find out about the following: the nature of work. This again goes back to thinking bigger. Right? What skills are needed? How will it look like in the future? Will this skill be needed? What will I need to improve on already what I want to do? Right? And kinds of responsibilities as well that this job requires. Just to go back on that slide, kinds of responsibilities and activities involved. This links to who I am. Right? What environment do I enjoy being in? What do I like doing? What am I good in? What activities? Am I able to do these activities? And am I able to enjoy these activities as well? Okay, do some research. So the main key word here is research, guys. Research, research, research. Read pamphlets. And job shadowing. Do you know that even now, a lot of people wait until matric or even now you can actually job shadow. What is job shadowing? Job shadowing is contacting a company, contacting someone, and asking them, can I please spend the day with you? Can I please spend a couple of hours? Can I please send you some questions that you can please send back to me? Email them. Be creative of how you want a job shadow. If you can't physically be there, ask them, can I please send you just 5 questions, 3 questions for you to please send back? And that way you are finding creative ways to figure out what kind of job and what the job entails. Volunteering. In your school lifetime, volunteering is very, very important. You're building skills. You're understanding yourself. You're finding new skills about yourself. So really consider that as well. So to be clear about possible career options, you may exclude in the process. Don't choose subjects because my teacher likes you or you like them. Like the previous speaker said, this is your journey. Right? So be strategic. Think about you. This is the time to be a little bit selfish about this career choice that you want to be or this subject choice that you want to do. Right? And one thing that I mentioned is that this event or this process today that you went through at faculty, finding out what subject you need to study or to choose in order to study a degree. So what do I need to do IT? What subjects do I need to do accounting? And you'll find that your teacher is not really your favorite accounting teacher. So are you going to stop doing accounting? I'm seeing people shaking. Exactly. So you're going to tell yourself, you know what? I need accounting if I want to be an accountant. Oh, I need this. So I'm going to sit in this class and I'm going to learn. So always think of it that way, right? Even friends. A lot of the times we want to stick with our friends. But remember, our friends have different journeys. You have different journeys. And if you found out today that there's a specific subject that you require, then you really need to think hard about choosing that subject, right? And also, understanding that, on the other hand also, if maybe there's a degree that you want to study and it requires maths, and you're daunting, like, oh, me and maths, I cannot do maths. So maybe you feel like you found that you're not. You know, my advice to you is that work on yourself by trying to figure out a way on how you can understand the maths. Make use of extra classes. Make use of wanting to learn. Make use of putting effort. Right? Because you know that deep down you really want to do this career, but you need this maths. And I've come across a lot of learners that come and say, I don't want to do this, but I really, really want this. And by just changing your attitude and putting a little bit of effort, you never know what could happen. So before you throw the towel easily and give up, try. Take chances with the extra lessons, put effort, find a way, and learn, right? So these are the main reasons why you wouldn't want to not choose a subject. So what UJ services, career services can offer you? There was a lot of questions outside that came through. So we offer subject choice assessments, career counseling. So if you feel that you're lost and you have no idea where you're going, am I coming or going, where do I start? These are the services that we offer. So you can very much contact us, come through to our center, have a session with a career consultant, have a chat, have a counseling session, and really, really make use of the services to help you make that decision, whether at subject choice or even a career matter. And these are our contact details. So if you can please take a moment to take a picture of our contact details. We are on all 4 campuses. So if you feel that you can't come all the way to APK, you can make use of the services at our other campuses as well. So yeah, give us a call, ask questions, parents, get the information that you need, and you are more than welcome to come through and see us for the services that we offer. Oopsie, let me go back. Is everybody good? I think it's automatic. It's moving on its own. But tech savvies, learners, social media. Okay, please follow us, guys. We are always on our phones, typing. If you do follow us, what can you benefit? We're always posting everything career-related on our social media pages. Even companies, that have advertising opportunities. You could always think about, hey, maybe I should job shadow at this company because I see that there's opportunities. And we always, we do motivational posts, anything that can help you. So do follow us. It will really benefit you in that sense of, being innovative of how you plan your future. Okay, and we have some words of encouragement for our UJ students, our UJ ambassadors. So these are students that help us around the center. They are students themselves, and they help other students in terms of preparing CV writing or just helping with the career services that we offer, basically.
Hi,
yeah. I don't know if you can hear.
Believe in yourself and trust that whatever choice you make is good for you.
Okay, this is a GIF. So greatest investment you can ever make is an investment in yourself.
Pick what you love, because it's highly likely that what you love is what you're actually good at. Because varsity is very hard, it's very difficult, you have to be disciplined, but then if you're doing what you love, then it will be much, much easier.
Okay. Next, I think we have one more video.
All the best grade 9s in choosing your subject, and please choose a subject that will challenge you, that will make you think, and that will make you go all in out. All the best.
Hi guys, all the best with your subject choices. Remember to know your strengths and weaknesses. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Hard work pays off, and it's okay to change your mind, but you'll make the right choice.
Hi grade 9s, my advice to you is whichever subjects you will be choosing in your grade 10, please make sure you have maths as part of your subject, as maths will give you more career options.
What you love, and you know what to choose.
As a learner, what you need to know is who you are there.
Consult with your teachers and don't be afraid to ask.
The road may be long, but you too can do it.
Okay. So, guys, it's clear to see that there is no one remedy to choose subjects. You know, there's a bit of everything. Doing research, finding out what you need for the degree that you want to study, for the career that you want to follow. Your teachers, you know, and putting in extra effort and getting over the subjects that you find a little bit hard. So make use of these tips. It will really, really help you. And I wish you guys all the best in choosing your subjects. And I wish you all the best in your studies. And yeah, thank you very much.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a mouthful. Yes? We are almost coming to the end of our program, but I still would like to ask you that WhatsApp number. That WhatsApp number. Now, this time around, parents, you are also welcome to send in your questions. From the previous two speakers, if you would love to ask any questions regarding anything that was mentioned, anything that you are not clear with, send it to that WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number again is 084 303 4010. May I ask my colleague Lesego to join me in the Q&A as well? We are here to assist you. But one common question as we still are waiting for the WhatsApps to come in. Please make sure that you type, send in whatever question that you would like us to answer. But one common question that always comes in is, am I restricted with what I'm doing in high school when I get to university? The answer is yes and no. In terms, for instance, I always get the question, do I need history to do law? Am I restricted to only business if I do business studies? Am I restricted to only physics and maths or science and engineering if I am doing physics, maths, and life sciences? Yes and no, as I said, the question is. If you look at inside the package that we gave you, you've got a Life at UJ booklet, yes? In that Life at UJ booklet, you will see all the 7 faculties that we have. And in those 7 faculties, you will see we've got the minimum requirements. So for instance, if I may just make it simple, if you are doing business studies in high school, chances are you can get into business studies. You will get into business studies, that is accounting and all of that. But you can also go into humanities. You are not restricted from that. You can also go into things like law. You are not restricted from that. Because the minimum requirements at the University of Johannesburg is English, maths, or math literacy, or we will look at your additional language that is for law. So you can move from business studies to law without history even. Your restrictions would be when you want to go into the engineering field and you don't have physics and maths. So for engineering, science, and health sciences, the standard is you need physics, math, and in some instances, life sciences. We have a keynote speaker that is actually going to blow us away. Please, if you can, do not leave. She's brilliant. And if I can assure you of one thing, you are in the presence of greatness, because she is a great leader herself, and it's Women's Month in any case. So please wait for that. Questions? We don't have any questions that are coming in. Is it the network? Then we'll give you mics. We'll give you mics so that we can facilitate the Q&A programs properly.
It's fine as well. What you can do is keep sending messages to that number. At a later stage, we will get back to you as well. So, but if there's anything that you want us to answer pertinently now, we will do so. Can we have those hands up, please?
You noted.
Good evening. Thanks for the presentation and having invited us here tonight. It's actually not only beneficial for them, but for us as well. Mine is just a small request. Is it possible for you to share the slides via email to ourselves so we can take it further and be able to, to rehash or whatever
Distribute. Are you a
please.
teacher?
No, I'm a parent. And perhaps when I go forward in our community, some of us are social entrepreneurs. So we could be in a position perhaps to give in a little bit as and when it becomes necessary.
We can perhaps, okay.
Can I ask you that you see either myself or Kujo after the presentation, and then we'll take it from there.
Oh, what I was going to ask was, can they send their email address to the WhatsApp number? Send the email address to the WhatsApp number. Just specifically ask for slides to that WhatsApp number, and we can see what we can share with you. Yes.
My question is, given the fourth industrial revolution and current unemployment, what careers do you suggest one looks into?
Okay. Let's get this question, Lesego, so that we can answer both questions, perhaps.
No.
Let's.
So my question was just to ask you to please explain to the students what APS scores are and how they work.
Okay.
Hello? Okay. Sorry, let me stand up. Very nice question, young lady. Very true. Obviously careers are changing, developing, we all know that. And I would say really honestly, doing research, helps. Because if you say, okay, I want to be, for example, in the engineering field and I want to do mechanical engineering in a specific sort of field, then research that and read about it even more. And actually speak to also an expert about that and say, if in this position, where do you see the career path going? As we sit here, a lot of us, we talk about 4RR. Some of us are daunted, don't really know what it means. Some of us are like, our jobs are going to go. But we really don't know unless we actually educate ourselves and understanding where will the skill be useful within the fourth industrial revolution or within the future. Let's not think replacement. Let's rather think, how are these tools going to help us? How is 4RR going to enhance a career? So I would really encourage that once you've picked a certain career path, continue to read about it, continue to do your research about it, speak to the right people that are in the career already, and it really help you understand your future in terms of your skills and what you're going to be doing in the future.
And to add on to that, you need to also note that it's okay to study traditional degrees, but at the end of the day, 7 years from now, 5 years from now, how relevant is that going to be? And how are you going to keep up to date? Or how are you going to keep yourself at par with the current trends? So I would say, when you pick a career right now, look at, if I choose law, where are we going in terms of law? Because the fact of the matter is, we do not know the careers, even the careers that are still going to come. We can only speculate. So now, remember, when you choose law, when you choose teaching, when you choose to become a doctor, and all of that, where does it fit in the 4IR? And are you able to take that skill that you have, which is your 3-year degree, and be able to keep it up to date with what is happening? For instance, I studied marketing. I'm busy with digital marketing now because 4IR. Do you get it? So do whatever that it is that you are, but at the same time, when you are in grade 9, when you get to register for your first year, the trends are going to slowly be popping up. So look out for that. Do not be stuck on one career path now and blind yourself of the possibilities of having something that can emulate in the next 3 years.
All right. In terms of calculating APS, your kids will be choosing 7 subjects. Every level that they obtain, they add up to points. So next year, it will be 7 subjects. Languages, times 2, maths or literacy, LO, life science, geography. And if your child is getting the highest mark is a level 5, 5 times 6 instead of 7, because LO you don't write an exam. That's why we say times 6. That's how you calculate your APS. Now, I've said a lot of things to confuse you, deliberate. In the book, there is an example of how to calculate your APS. That's why I was being cheeky.
I think it's on page 3 or something like that. Yes.
Given the fourth industrial revolution, do you offer any courses aligned to the jobs of the future?
All right. You choose careers because you've seen an opportunity. Remember earlier on I spoke about opportunity. So that's how you're going to choose. And then from there, you work backwards. This is what I want to be, you work backwards. This is what the institution requires. This is the subjects that I'm doing, and so forth. So you can create such things. Earlier on she spoke about how is it going to affect everything that we do. Now you're busy with cell phones. It's all part of fourth industrial revolution. All right, so it's about how it's going to affect you. So yeah, the university is striving and heading in that direction.
And if you look at our engineering degrees, your mining degrees and so forth, we have a lot of virtual reality things that we do there. So at the moment, the University of Johannesburg in the higher education space is being positioned as an institution that leads the conversations, and obviously not only the conversations, but also our course content. So we are building in material that is related to 4IR in all our degrees, and obviously we'll have new ones popping in and coming in as we move on with the regime. Yeah.
All right. We're going to take the last 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay, given that it's going to be the fourth industrial revolution, is it wise to get into a career like accountancy, since most of it is going to be done by machines?
Okay. Winnie? Where is Winnie? Okay. How do you know that it is going to be done by machines?
Well, it's because most of them now are being done on digital forums, like you can do online banking on your cell phone or what. So is it wise if you want to be an accountant?
But that is not the job of an accountant. So it is okay. It's okay to absolutely do any program, any career path, whether it's accounting, whether it's engineering, whether it's anything like that. What I said to you is when you've gotten your 3-year degree, let's say you become a CA, and after 7 years, a new trend, she's not listening. Okay. Let's say you choose accounting, you are a CA. After 7 years, a new trend pops up. Are you going to remain current and remain relevant with the new trend? Because at the end of the day, 4IR is not about machines replacing what we do. 4IR is about enhancing what we can do along with machines. It's called artificial intelligence. So if artificial intelligence is going to be there hand in hand to work with you so that you are more productive, you better be skilled enough to make sure that you can work hand in hand with that machine, or else you will feel like it's replacing you. So make sure that you keep up to date or updating your skills as AI is introduced in whatever field of study that you choose.
Evening. I was wondering if your motivation is money. Is that a big problem? Because my motivation is basically like money.
Okay. Let's do this. And I think that's a beautiful question to close off the QA with, hey? Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you. Firstly, money answers to everything. Yes? It does not make the world go round. You need money to do absolutely everything. However, if your motivation is money, then it means you are saying you are selling your soul, you are selling yourself to run after money and nothing else must. You are not listening though. Are you listening? If you are saying you want to, money is it, money is everything, then it means everything else does not matter. Life offers you, and life is about much more than money. Yes, I would say do not choose a career that is going to be, you will not be able to get by. But at the same time, when you run after money, you basically will do anything, and we do know that people who will do anything to get money end up where they end up, right? Chase after money, yes, it's good, but understand where it's going to lead you to. Let's say, give me a degree or a career that you think is the highest paying degree ever. Let's take a structural scientist. let's take action. Okay, we don't have time, but if you decide to choose actuarial sciences and you're good at math, but you hate it, do you think each and every single day when you wake up and go to work, being an actuary dealing with those numbers, you would prefer being frustrated and miserable and getting lots of money? Or you'd actually prefer enjoying what you do and actually get money that you can just get whatever that you want with? Think about it. It's your choice. And I think it also goes with personal choices. But my question is, would you rather be miserable and have lots of money and don't know what to do with it? Or would you rather love what you do and serve with that talent that you've been given? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave the podium and make way for our keynote speaker. But before she makes her way, I want to do it theater style. Our keynote speaker tonight is Zipho Sikhakhane. She is a global speaker and a business strategist. She matriculated with 6 distinctions and was amongst the top 30 in the KZN province top achievers. She has a business science honors degree from the University of Cape Town and is the first Black South African to obtain a master's in business administration from Stanford University in the United States. Both her degree, okay, yes, that deserves a round of applause. Both her degree and her master's were completed on full scholarship. She has completed leadership courses in Austria, China, Czech Republic, Russia, and the USA. Zipho emerged from humble beginnings of being raised by a single parent in a poor community. And through hard work and determination, she overcame numerous challenges faced by individuals from disadvantaged communities. She was an entrepreneur throughout her childhood and has spent her corporate career being a strategic and management positions in world-leading organizations such as the world's leading management consulting firm, McKinsey & Company, and the world's biggest retail group, Inditex, Zara in Spain. She is published as a contributing author in Singapore on leadership in business and was a weekly business columnist for the Sunday Times in South Africa. She has traveled over 30 countries and worked in 6 continents. She has presented to audiences across 4 continents, including TEDx Talk on Africa's Potential delivered in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our keynote speaker, Zipho Sikhakhane.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. That's the welcome that I get. That is the welcome that I get. All right. I feel so much better because I was told I was going to be in a room that is filled with high potential young people. I walk in here and I see a sign that says, Creating Tomorrow. And so when I'm walking down, I'm thinking I'm going to feel the energy of the people that are creating tomorrow. And that's you guys. Am I right? All right. Can you give yourselves a round of applause? All right. So I have what is called the graveyard shift, okay? So which means I'm literally the only thing that's standing between you leaving this room today, okay? So we're going to spend some time together. I'm going to be sharing, as it says there, my perspectives, okay? On a couple of the topics that have been talked about today. But how's been the rest of the event so far? Yeah, someone says amazing. What did you learn? Oh, you were present. You know this one. She says it was amazing because she was on stage. Yeah. And this room, people are just sleeping. What's happening? Are you with us? Are you sure? How many fingers did Lesego said you must pull up? He said 4. It was 4. They were sleeping. Didn't I tell you they were sleeping? All right, I'm just going to stick to this side because I'm not sure about those guys, right? So career choices, right? And I was asked to share with you, my story, my path, my journey. And, it's always awkward when someone is reading your CV because there's all these things in there. And people really, they left asking the question, but how? How did you do it? How did it happen? So that me too, so that I can do so too, okay? So I'll share you a little bit about, my story, my path, and hopefully it gives you some insights as you build towards your own career, okay? So I'll tell you where I come from. Does anyone here know where Emadadeni is? Aye. I'm going to stick to this side. I like these guys. Igupis. They can't even hear you. All right. So Emadadeni, it's a small township from northern KwaZulu-Natal. It's near Newcastle. Do you know where that is? And I'm talking real township, right? Not Soweto. I mean, that's like the suburbs, guys, right? That's like the nice one. I'm talking the real hustle, the real grind, hey? So that's where I come from. That's where I was born. And like someone mentioned already in my bio, I was quite privileged, right? Because when you're poor, but you don't know that you're poor. Yeah, you think you're fine. Like, we didn't know why in my household, massively orange. Like, if we had to share, like, a fruit, we had to cut it up in 4 pieces. Or like 2 eggs, sharing it across 6 people. You think those things are normal, right? Until you go to other people's houses and they're like, everyone is taking 1 orange, 2 orange, 3 for 1 person. I didn't believe it, eh? I didn't believe it. But, we are saying that it's Women's Month. And I think the thing that helped me the most was that, hey, umawami, ne? Talk about, role models. My mother was someone who, she did the most, hey? She really did the most. Not having much, being a single parent, but, she managed to make it work, right? She actually managed to make it work. And it was a priority in my household to make sure that we follow our path and we get to the success that we want to see. And I want to pause there and take a second and say, some of you are sitting here, and you're in those teen years, right? Where you hate your parents. You're like, age. Can you just appreciate the fact that your parents showed up for you today? Like, they showed up for you today. Right? They showed up. Now, there's those other ones who are not here who were like, hey, angilapo. Wena uilapo. You know what I mean? Those are the things that get in the way of someone's success. So they showed up for you, they showed up with you, and for that, you should be rubbing their feet for the next month. Ne? Lifetime of a massage. And wait. Especially the mothers, right? Because it's Women's Month, okay? It is Women's Month. So they deserve that credit. So Uzipone, this was me, right? The kid in the township. So I was really passionate about business, and I didn't know anything about business. I hadn't met anyone who'd done anything in business. It was just my dream. It was just my vision. So I was sent to school early. I was actually 5 years old when they sent me to school because they couldn't afford to get help to look after me. So I would walk every single day, a couple of kilometers to go to school. And at this point, this is where I decided, you know what? I'm going to start my first business, okay? And what this looked like is that I would actually take things from home, and then I would go, and then I would sell them at school, right? Now, I won't call it stealing, okay? But let's just say no one knew of these activities in the background. Now, and my customers, right? I mean, they were like this big, like 6, 7-year-old people. So they all, obviously, abana chelete, ne? So I had to now sell everything on credit. Everything on credit. And then, yes, they never paid me. Hey. So my first business was a disaster. Complete disaster. But I learned a lot. And I remember even there was one time, I started getting my own stock. You see, now I had my own product. Sasimeke 18, in the morning when the other students are coming in, we would be carrying the bag of sweets. You'd be like, Shele, namaswiti shele, Shele, namaswiti shele. But my business grew, My mom would take my stock to sell to the other nurses in the hospital where she worked. I mean, my teachers, they would order like my classmates, I would have the bowl of, the roll of biscuits, sell them 1, 2, 3. The teachers, they would order 5, ne? 5, I'll make good profits. And even by the time I got to high school, I actually had my own shop. I had my own shop on campus, guys. My own very shop. where I was actually selling stock. And for me, it was my way of actually living my art and what I want to do. And I mentioned that because so many of us, you're sitting here, you're confused about your career choices. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. But then at the end of the day, what are you doing today to try that thing? What are you doing today, right? Today. So that you can see if you even enjoy it, if you like it, right? If you want to be Beyonce, why are you not singing right now, right? She runs a business, by the way, so you still need to make sure that you go to school. So those things are important, right? You want to be a doctor. What are you doing to actually practice or to shadow, right? What are you doing for yourself? Because we have these dreams, of these visions, of these career choices that we want to have, but we actually never try it, right? And then what happens is all these other people, they come and tell you what they think you should do, and then you believe them, and then you go for them, right? That's not how this is supposed to work. So my path for me was very much about, I was never confused, guys. And sometimes they tried to confuse me, but I like, you know what? Me, I want to be a businesswoman. When I grow up, that is my passion, that is my dream, okay? But I also understood that to get to whatever dream or to get to whatever passion, there is nothing more important than hard work. There is nothing more important than hard work. You know, some of you, you look at people that you look up to, that you admire, and you're like, they had it easy. No one has it easy. Every single one of them put in the hard work to get to the other side. You know, some people look at me today, so I come from very poor circumstances, but, you know, I went to the University of Cape Town for my education. And the University of Cape Town, I went on a full scholarship, right? So then some people would say, she's lucky, you know? Hey, me, if I was lucky, I would get that scholarship, but I'm not lucky. But can you call it luck if I tell you, right, that I wrote hundreds and hundreds of letters asking for bursaries and scholarships? Hundreds, handwritten. I didn't have a computer, I didn't know how to type, so I wrote them by hand. I didn't just write to the ones that were giving to business. I wrote the ones for engineering, for science, all of them, asking them to fund my business degree. Then you look at me today and you call me lucky. That's not luck. That's really hard work. And then some of you, you say, but I tried. How many times did you try exactly? Once, twice, 3 times? And then you give up? There's something about being consistent. Consistently trying and pushing, because if you believe in something, it's up to you to actually put in the work and to actually put in the hours. And for me, that's exactly what I did, right? Absolutely. You know, you look back now and, you know, it's nice to have the distinctions on your CV. By the way, they follow you, these things, eh? You take it for granted. I'm now on the other side of 30. Those things still follow you, okay? And when you're younger, you've actually got the time and the energy to invest in that stuff. If you play games now, it's going to affect you later on. If you take it seriously now, you might be like me looking at early retirement. Ne? Early retirement. I'm actually 3.5 years away from retirement as we speak. Yes, I've been working hard, ladies and gentlemen. I've been working hard. I think it's time. But you get those options, right? Because you create them for yourselves. And I remember, you know, even when I went to the University of Cape Town, I mentioned I was on full scholarship. Of course, I studied business. I didn't want to listen to anyone else. I even had a letter from the MEC in KZN asking me to go and become a doctor because they'd read in the papers that my mom was a nurse. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be anything my mom did, right? Or anyone else in my family. I wanted to be something that I enjoyed and something that I was passionate about. That's what it means to follow your career and to follow your path. But when I got to UCT, I mean, I was coming from a very poor school. I mean, the people there come from the top private schools in the country. The gap was significant. I mean, my best friend, her school fees back then, she said they were, I think, over 50,000. Mine were 500 rands. You can just estimate how big the gap was, right? I didn't know how to type. I thought I knew how to speak English, right? I did not, okay? And so what that meant is that, you know, I put in the hours, okay? 4 years later, I graduated among the top of my class, first class honors with distinctions, Dean's Merit List, 4 years later. But I was only able to do that because of that difference that I was talking about. It's putting in those hours, it's believing in yourself. And I didn't stop practicing, right? So I was still in business. I remember I actually had a shop on campus in university, a shop, guys, like a tuck shop, ne? And, I even had employees. You've made it in life, guys, when you have employees. And, guys, you won't believe this, ne? I even had a white person working for me. A white person. That's when you're like, I've made it. I've made it. I've made it. It's always been part of my DNA. It's always been something that I love, and it's always been something that I've done. And because of that business, I was able to send money home, right? I was able to actually buy my first car, my first car. And guys, it wasn't a BMW, it was a Skorokoro, but still, right? It was what I was able to afford for myself. And I want to reference the person who was talking about money earlier. Careers and money. Hey, la 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 la. I'll tell you something very simple. We all want to make money, and we all want to make a lot of money, right? But here are the facts. Here are the simple facts. When you follow something that you're passionate about, money will follow. If you follow money, I think you're going that direction of the roots of evil, okay? But if you do what you're passionate about, and you do it well, with love and energy, every single day, the money will always follow. It doesn't matter what it is. And I mention this because some of you are great singers and you're not even singing. Look at some of the singers you admire, right? Some of you, right? Some of you admire someone who's built some amazing engineering equipment, right? That's an engineer. Some of you admire someone who's a president, who studied politics. All those people studied different things. All of them, right? So if you ask me what is the path to money, what is the path to success, it's as simple as choosing the thing that you're passionate about, doing it well, but then putting your 10,000 hours into it. You're young enough to start putting in your 10,000 hours. Start with 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Eventually, you've put in more hours in what you want to do than anyone else in the whole world. That's what gives you an edge, right? That's what makes you stand out from that perspective. And even for me, right, as I mentioned also, I had the opportunity to be the first black South African to actually get an MBA. It's a master's in business from the Stanford University in the United States, right? Now, in the history of the world, there was never a black person from here, right, to go get that education, right? That education. You see, all the people who started your Googles and your Yahoos and all these big companies, these tech companies we admire today, they went there to Stanford, right? So now if I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, how can I get there? You ask yourself this question. And what do most of us do when we see that? We give up. It's not for me. We self-select ourselves out of the process. We self-select ourselves out of the process. All I did is I said, what happens if I try? What happens if I just sit down and I just send that application to America? Just like that. And then it happened. Now imagine if I didn't try. Imagine if I didn't put my hand up, right? And people ask me today, they're like, but how did you do it? What is it? What is your secret? Tell me. Tell me too. But I say to them, the only thing that I did differently is that I applied. That's it. I just put my hand up and I said, what happens if I try? And look at what happened. By the way, it costs millions of rands to study in a university like that. It's the top in the world, right? Millions of rands. I didn't say, because I didn't have those millions then, that I'm not going to do it. Guess what? I received a phone call from the school, and they're like, we have a full scholarship for the first time, and we want to give it to you. So I was off on the plane, and the whole program was funded, right? Those are the kind of opportunities that open up if you actually invite yourself, and you go out there and you say, you know what? I'm going to actually try. I'm going to actually go and do something. But don't forget hard work, guys. Don't forget hard work. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And I'm standing here in front of you now, being on the other side, okay? And I'm looking back, and I'm sharing with you some of the stories that have helped me get to where I am today. Because, today, I actually run my own business. Guess what? I did become a businesswoman. Ha, ha, ha. Talk about dreams, ne? So I did. And I've actually got my own business that hires amazing black quality South Africans. And actually, we use the money that we make to actually invest in businesses all over Africa. That's me making a difference, right? We're also setting up an education foundation as we speak, because that's my way of doing for others what other people did for me to get to where I am, right? But because of also the work that I do, I'm following my passion. It turned out that I'm passionate about business because I actually love building people. This thing is not about money. So I spend my every single day working with CEOs and leaders in some of the biggest companies. I mean, I'm talking my clients. I mean, now even our own Reserve Bank governor, he's been one of my clients. Some of the CEOs of some of the biggest public and private sector companies we have, those people, they're my clients, right? So I'm following my calling. I'm following my passion. And guess what? I'm having a far bigger impact than any dream that that little girl could have imagined. And I encourage you to think about, what is your dream that you have, right? And I know it sounds cliche, but that's where it all starts. What is that thing that you think you are here on earth to do? Because you are here for a reason. Each and every one of you. All of you. There's a reason why you are different from me, from you. I just told you my path. I'm not saying the answer is follow what I did. I'm saying start now. Figure out what is it that you want to do. What is the path that you want to follow? And you might be wrong, but you're starting somewhere. And if you're wrong, you can always figure it out later on. But you need to start somewhere. Because we make this mistake of being like, but I'm not sure. And then 2 years later, I'm still not sure. 3 years later, and then you've lost 3 years of working hard. Now, it starts today and it starts now. But you need to put in the hours, right? Let me tell you because I knew how critical it was for me. I mean, I didn't have financial resources. So I knew that I needed to put in the hard work so that I could get the scholarships that I wanted. So what it meant, yes, when I actually started studying for every time we started a year in high school, on the 2nd of January, that's when I opened my books and I started studying. Because I knew what I was working for, and it was important to me. So ask yourself, are you putting in the hard work? Are you actually taking the time to putting in the hard work? Even tonight, you're going to go to bed, and it's nice. Okay, start tomorrow. It's okay, start tomorrow, right? And make a bet on yourself. And last but not least, remember you are very privileged that you've got parents who know what it means to show up for you. They showed up for you today, right? They showed up for you today. And at the very least, show up for them. If you don't want to show up for yourself, show up for them. Because they're coming here to actually enable your future. They brought you here today so that you can do that thing, which is creating tomorrow. That's what it's all about. You guys are the future that are going to take us forward. Our country depends on you. Our world depends on you. So I encourage you to really figure out what is it that you're passionate about, what career does it link into, and just get started and do something about it. And start practicing whatever you're passionate about as early as possible, because that's what matters at the end of the day, okay? And if you have any more questions, any more comments or anything, you see those social media things. You guys were saying to Lesego, the network doesn't work. It's because you're all on social media. I saw all of you. You pull the network down. So there you go. Feel free to get in touch on any platform at Zipho Sikakane, and I'll be happy to obviously interact and share more about what I did about my story today. Otherwise, good luck to all of you, and congratulations again for showing up, and thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Zipho. Is it all she's going to get? I mean...
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow, you're the best.
And that brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of our program. Take whatever that you can from this. I hope you were a sponge. You absorbed, and you're going to go home, implement, work. Thank you. You've been a great sport. To all the UJ staff, thanks for taking time out from your families and working at this time of the night. To all the parents, thank you for... to all the parents, thank you for bringing your children and making sure that they choose right. And please note, there is somebody who lost glasses, spectacles. If you see glasses next to wherever you're sitting, please ensure that you take them to the sound desk on top there.